Hi everybody, it's Dr. Freddie. Well, that was the hardest thing I have ever done. Finished the 14th straight Boston Marathon 2018. As many of you know from the last video, it was an epic day. It was the coldest day in Boston the day before they've ever had. You guys had an ice storm back home in Canada, but challenging wise, there was wind up to 50 kilometers an hour. The temperature started at 0 degrees feeling like, got to a balmy 3 degrees, and it was torrential rains for the entire race. I've done 14 of these in a row. By far, that was the most physically challenging and also mentally challenging one. I was trained up to, I believe, break a 3-hour marathon. The most training I've ever done up to this point, and the fastest training. But sometimes you just gotta let things go, and you can't necessarily be focused on a time and just focus on just doing each step. So there were many times I wanted to quit that race, even by halfway through. I was just trying to break down the pace to re-qualify in 3 hours and 25 minutes. And I thought I could at least do an 8-minute mile would be fine, then a 9-minute mile, then a 10-minute mile. Lucky I didn't have to get to that point, but my watch actually froze at 2 hours and 14 minutes at about the 19-mile mark. So you know it's a hard day when your watch actually wants to quit. However, I kept going without even knowing what time it was and just focused on one step at a time. I took little walks along the way at some of the hard points and then just kept going again. So it's a good metaphor for life. You know, mentally you're gonna want to give up. I literally would have stopped and gone into somebody's house if they offered me a warm hot tub somewhere along Heartbreak Hill. But I'm so glad I finished. Seeing that flag at the finish line gave me goosebumps, and able to say we did the most epic Boston Marathon ever. Finished in 3:13, was able to re-qualify for next year. Although if you asked me yesterday, I would have told you I'd never come back, but I usually say that. So, you know, the fastest split I had was actually from the finish line to grab my medal and then come back into the hotel. From when I finished to back in the room, I was probably about 4 minutes. So I'll have to do that on the course next year. Well, hopefully there is a next year, but thanks for following, thanks for cheering. I love and appreciate you, and especially my family for always being there, and a lot of you that are following. You know what, just challenge yourself. Next time things seem tough in your life, you want to quit, mentally, emotionally, physically, just know you can just do one step, and just do one more step, and before long, you'll reach your goals too. Have a blessed day, everybody.